Hey everyone, Andrew Morrison here, also known as Andrew the Astrologer. Welcome to my channel. Today's video today, I'll be discussing and diving in what it actually means when you have Rahu, also known as the North of the Moon, positioned in your 4th house in your horoscope. So to be perfectly clear and on the same page, if you don't have this shadowy planet positioned in your 4th house in your horoscope, you are definitely in the wrong video. Now here in my channel, I help both men and women to really help them create their dream realities that they never thought was possible, and more specifically to help men and women to elevate their income, wealth, relationships, and careers, all through the power of astrology. So with that said, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell and the like button below. Now before I get into today's video today, I do have a few spots available if you are really needing deeper help and guidance and really ready to help you transform your realities. I'd love to connect with you and work with you individually on a private basis. All my readings and consultations are completely private. So if this is really something that you are needing right now, the best way to schedule and book that reading is sending me a direct private email on my professional email, which is listed down in the description down below. Also down below is a link to my free private astrological community. We have people all around the world. We have people so many different countries all around the globe, and I'd love for you to be part of this group if this is sort of resonating with you and kind of sparking your interest right now. Now, full transparency, you should never actually read your own birth charts, and I can say this with full confidence as a professional astrologer that has consulted with thousands of clients over the years, because for example, over 90% of the clients that I have worked with professionally doing readings and consultations, over 90% of the clients that were under these impressions and thoughts that they had their natal planets and energies positioned in certain different energies and houses, it actually came out to be, again, majority of them actually came out to be that their natal planets and energies were contained in completely different houses and in different energies. Also, it's really important to not read your own birth chart as well, is because this really instills a lot of false beliefs, perceptions, and thoughts about who you are and your own individual reality, and that's a really difficult, really challenging way for anyone to improve and change and transform their personal life. I cannot stress that point enough, and I really wanted to be perfectly transparent about that. Now, if you do indeed have Rahu positioned in your 4th house in your natal chart, again, I'm not a negative sort of doom and gloom astrologer. I, never have been. That's not why I practice astrology. But I must say that this is one of the most difficult, one of the most challenging energies for anyone to have this contained in their natal charts, their birth charts. Now, on a scientific explanation, is this because 4th house is the natural home to the zodiac sign of Cancer, and Rahu, on the other hand, it doesn't feel at all comfortable in water-based energies. Now, starting to talk about the positive attributes and energies connected to this, because again, I'm not a negative astrologer. Wherever the north node of the moon, Rahu, is placed in, it can definitely give, the Rahu does deal with the probable future and your destiny, but again, at the end of the day, there's always some sort of big lesson, some sort of price to pay. And this is also because Rahu is the shadowy planet and energy of planet Saturn, which planet Saturn is the default planet connected to karmic and karmic debt here as human beings on planet Earth. So starting with the positive side to this placement, if you do indeed have Rahu in the 4th house, again, this can definitely give property, sometimes even in abundance. It can definitely give properties, sometimes even multiple properties and homes, possibly even mansions. It can give all kinds of personal comforts and conveniences, so therefore cars, vehicles, possibly motorcycles as well, if the native is into that kind of lifestyle, that is. So again, it can definitely give all that, but there's always some sort of lesson, some sort of big experience that isn't always pleasant that the native has to sort of endure here in their lifetime. Now, whenever a private client of mine does have this particular energy in their natal charts, I always advise them that to be very extremely cautious when purchasing a home or a property. They may have, they may actually attract and manifest some very deceptive realtors. And this is why in modern day society, unfortunately, so many realtors end up in big legal trouble because they're not always fully transparent and honest when trying to sell properties and homes. And so again, Rahu it can definitely take shortcuts. It can definitely land itself in criminal activity and face a lot of criminal trouble. So again, if something feels off with the realtor, always listen to your internal vibes and internal sensations, your intuition, your gut instinct, things of that nature when purchasing a property, because again, the realtor might not always have your best interest in mind when trying to sell you their home. And again, Rahu it's very impulsive, so don't be impulsive when at all purchasing any sort of property. And this can also certainly include apartments, condos, all different levels of properties and home lives as well. Now, because Rahu doesn't feel comfortable in the 4th house, that is, this can definitely disturb a person's home life and their domestic life, and this can also bleed into a person's marriage life as well, because let's face it, typically, generally speaking, when you are married to someone, you're most likely living with that individual as well. But there's always exceptions as well, but more times than not, when you're married to someone, you are most likely under the same roof, whatever sort of circumstance, whatever sort of property that may look like for you as the individual. A lot of times people that do have Rahu positioned in the 4th house, they can oftentimes move around, especially in their early childhood,